I'm Cressida Cowell and I am the writer and the illustrator. This is my new book of Which Way Round the Galaxy. I'm going to just read you a bit of it. There is no magic on planet Earth, or there oughtn't to be. But apparently nobody had told that to a small creature running through it for its life through a particularly ordinary part of the perfectly ordinary planet Earth countryside on a joyously peaceful, warm summer's afternoon in early July. The rest of that countryside was minding its own business. Birds were twittering from tree to tree, doing their whole July thing. Rabbits were popping about, dashing across the pretty little winding lanes and into their burrows in the hedgerows. Across the fields there stumbled a round little hairy thing, unsteady on its feet, running as fast as it could make its short legs move, out of its mind with fear. It was as out of place as it could possibly be. And definitely a creature of magic, because it was odd colours all at once, but mostly purple, a funny mixture of owl-like and impossibly fluffy, like an exploding kitten, clumsy and falling over. That's the little creature just there. And limping because it was dragging behind itself in the mud, one leg encumbered by a luminous manacle. Across the fields it scrambled, letting out the odd squeak like the hiss squeal of a kettle. Down the hill, through the hedgerows, the barking of dogs, the clink of keys getting closer, closer. 4 gigantic Alsatians leaping through the field behind. 5 large humans swearing, calling, begging for the unknown creature to come back or it would regret it. The creature let out a low moan and dived into the rows of wheat to hide. Above, in the sky, came the whine of a drone. Zoom! At the sound of the drone, the little scrambling creature gave a particularly high squeak of alarm, which had the unfortunate effect of allowing the drones to pinpoint it more exactly, and they skimmed lower over the wheat, shooting tranquilizer darts into the crops. A pause, and then the creature shot out of the cover of the wheat, on, poor little thing, balancing on the crumbling dry mud of the edge of the field, falling over, picking itself up again. It wasn't clear where it was going, and it might have been safer in the wheat, but the dogs would catch up wherever it went. Behind the dogs, the humans on foot were gaining. The drone spun round. The little creature was running out of strength. Panting, whispering soft encouragements and endearments to itself in agitated peeping noises, it staggered on a bit more, but this time it could not dodge the zooming drone. Pew, pew, pew! Shots rang out, raining around the little creature, and one dart caught it on its shoulder. The creature gave a terrible scream of alarm. "They've got it! Over here!" cried a joyful human voice, the excitable barking of the dogs going wild now, straining on their leashes as the humans closed in, plunging through the wheat towards the creature that was now staggering in drunken circles on the edge of the field, quivering and in pain. One of the humans, a woman restraining her snapping, yelping dog with one gloved hand, grabbed the creature by its leg. "Got it!" she cried. The other humans arrived, their snarling dogs frantic with excitement. "We got it, Mr. Spink," said the woman again. Mr. Spink stepped forward. He was the largest of the humans, immaculately but rather inappropriately dressed for the countryside in a dark suit and tie. His eyes lit up with greed and excitement. "Oh ho!" He poked the magic creature with one finger. "Lucky for you, Ms. Wright," snarled Mr. Spink. "If we hadn't caught it, I would have held you entirely responsible for its escape." "And as for you," said Mr. Spink to the magic creature, very loudly and clearly, to be sure it understood what he was saying, "you're going to regret putting us to all this trouble." The poor little creature was now a very dark purple and passing out from the sleeping drug in the dart. But when it saw Mr. Spink and the look on his face and he heard these words, there was an expression in its slowly closing eyes of absolute despair. One of the other humans moved forward with a small cage in his hand to put the creature into.